Hello everyone, my name is Muir, and this is Amnesia, The Dark Descent. The first game we're going to cover in our Spooktacular Spooktober Special for the month of October. So, this video game, if you guys are not aware, is kind of what started the careers of PewDiePie, Markiplier, the now disgraced Cryotic Monkey, and a bunch of other people. Game came out, I think it was 2010, 2011? It doesn't really have a copyright here, so I can't really tell. And I don't remember. But this game is kind of single-handedly responsible for launching a ton of YouTube careers way back in the day when running a game and screaming and hurting yourself, that was PewDiePie, was enough to get you extremely popular on YouTube. That doesn't really work that much these days. People have sort of done it to death. I'm going, oh, and then like hitting your like leg on something and going, oh, then cussing in Swedish, and then. But yeah, this game, it was the first. This game is what came out by Frictional Games after the Penumbra series. And there's this interesting thing about Penumbra. Let's just talk about that for a hot second. Is that you had Overture, and horror level, the intensity of Overture is kind of like, well, this side for you guys. Then they had Black Plague, and the intensity for Black Plague was, that was kind of Black Plague. Then they had another one that was basically just like a bunch of stuff they threw together. And yeah, that one's horror level when you realize that there were no actual enemies in it. It was kind of like, okay. Yeah. So then they made Amnesia. And their goal with Amnesia was, that was their goal. They wanted high intensity, they wanted rising intensity, decent levels of intensity, not super high spikes, not super low lows. So they wanted to get that, they wanted to figure out how to actually do horror. Which they did, and they did a pretty damn good job of it. Now this is the game that really put them on the map, if you will. This when it came out, it was considered the scariest game ever for half a decade. And if you're ever wondering why Soma turned out to be so good, it's because of this game. They learned a lot. Machine for Pigs was made by a different developer and published by Frictional Games. And Machine for Pigs is kind of just known as a giant piece of crap and by the Amnesia community. Alright, but let's go ahead and get into it. I have not played hard mode before. Autosave is disabled. Saving your game costs $10. Losing your sanity will kill you. Why not? Let's do it anyway. And if it gets to be too much, I guess we'll stop. And go back to normal.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Visual effects. Looking at the equalizer. Journal. All the effects look like it's just something you would make in like MS Paint. I love it. Right, mementos. Follow the liquid trail to find its source. Whale. Wow, nice. Go me. I'm Elmer Fudd now. Follow the trail. What's over here? Okay, we were passing up, but I think we're good. It reminds me so much of playing Oblivion back in the day. Playing Oblivion back in the day and playing an archer and shooting a skeleton in the head. Its head just goes flying off of its body because all the speed of the arrow. Okay, we can't drink this to regain our sanity. This is not fear and hunger. This is not fear and hunger. In the books. We're gonna need those. Anything in here? There's paper in there. Come here. I'm gonna do the one thing that everyone wishes they could do. Alright, never mind. Could you rotate? I distinctly remember being able to rotate. Oh, that's right, you can lean! It's not middle mouse. I vaguely remember being able to rotate things, but I could be wrong. Okay, it's not that. Somebody's just probably screaming at their computer right now, their screen. Is this spot new more? Ah, it's E. Alright, sounds good. Alright, I'm ready. I guess I wasn't ready. We're going the, oh, it's R. We're going the, got a broom and I'm not afraid to use it strategy. Something walking around. Did they add stuff to the game? I don't remember. Oh, I don't like that. They had a chase sequence here or something? We don't have our lantern yet. Being in darkness reduces all sanity. And in hard mode, if our sanity gets too low, we die. Alright, screw that place. I love it. We're just like, screw that room. Alright, into the old archives we go. Hopefully we didn't miss our torch. Our lantern. He slammed the door behind him and he knew he would never see the old tailor, I swear. Yeah, can't do anything with that. Man, this game, its visual aesthetic just reminds me of Oblivion back in the day. That just sounded head pounding. Does it actually kill you if your sanity gets too low, or is that a red herring? Like in whatever that game was, where the woman had schizophrenia. Go. Very nice. Okay, that thing is a resource that I do not want to lose. Once I'm out of it, I'm screwed. Wait, does it have a key on it? No, we can go in there. However, I think that might be progress, so we're gonna look over here first. Yes, that is progress. Okay then. Is there like an initial cost? Okay, cool. Okay, like everything is shaking. That's not a hallucination this time. Also, let's close this door. I don't want something sneaking up on me. Okay. Wonderful. Is there anything in here that I might want? Right. Any tinder boxes out here? Those are a premium right now? There will be a premium, I guess.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
Hearing something over there, and I don't want that. Oh man, it's really dark. I really hope the toggling that's on and off isn't like burning through all the materials I need. Yeah. Well, hello. The entrail, the other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steady rising pace, urging him to do it. Are you really doing this? The young boy thought, and struck the victim with a rock. Ah, we're crystal clear. Fantastic. Alright, sounds good. Can we get up here? I am aware that this game's engine is not the best. And that you can, like...
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
The very stone of Brennenburg. Wonderful. Alright then. Well, we can get over here, so we're gonna go up here first, I guess. Cool. Okay, let's go over here. Alright, let's go over here. The archives. I guess we don't lose anything by going over there first. There's very clear telegraphing by the designers for us to go here first. Except we don't know which one it came from first. Laboratory? Well, let's go check it out. He fell to the kitchen floor. Tears were streaming to well in his eyes as he received the first kick to his stomach. Hazel remained hidden in fear. She too would be punished. Something doesn't like us, does it? It's the living nightmare. It's coming for us. If you're wondering, yes, cockroaches, especially big ones, can make those noises. They will hiss at you.
Oh, so wrong.
There should be more coop racks. Let me see. And one part aqua fortis.
It's my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The formal compounds. Hello, Henry Brassfield. The formal compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt Aqua Regia instead of Aqua Fortis, and hope that it will produce even more solution. The experiment was unsuccessful, the solution highly acidic and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Chemistry. Oh yeah, that's right, you can open these things. Oh no. Good. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. I find myself doing terrible things. I take comfort in you. As long as I'm able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Did that save the game? I'm not sure. Someone above us. That's right, to save the game we have to have a tinderbox of some sort. Excellent. Okay, what do we got? A lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can before I move them to the wine cellar. So, steps in the wine cellar, is it? Alright then, let's go. I suspect the wine cellar was over there. That is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let's go to the wine cellar. A fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth. Turkish delights, he thought. Just like the ones back in Constantinople. Is this the wine cellar? Hey. Damn it. Alright. Well. Okay, now we do not have a key. And we go over this way. We can't go through there without stuff to melt things. The old... Well then. I guess that kind of simplifies my options. And we came from over here, right? Friggin' cockroaches. Oh yeah, something doesn't like us. That is the shadow. The shadow? you know that's from, then that's great. Damn it. Okay, so there's only one place we can go from now. That's up here. We have a tool to get those boards off. So, this is the only place we can go. The archives. Specifically not the old ones. Traveling to Dover meant going through Canterbury. He made sure to pay visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected to the neglected family. Alright, what do we got?
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Yes. The British Museum. Shut. A stringed instrument being played or something? It's a quick once over. Screw you, chair. Oh, hey, nice. Take this. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break his seal. Willem, House of Gerrich. Well, Willem, you might have made a poor decision. Oh. The studio. What is that? So something tore this door off. Hope it's not still here. Right, okay. Let's hope I can search everything before something comes in here.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Mistakes were made. Right. I mean, I just kind of picked that up and it exploded. Nada. Something's playing music. I also need to remember not to use my oil. I really have no other choice. Let me get in there. Who's playing? Oh, no. Here's the plan. Damn it. Okay, we can't get out. The hell was that? Got a chair, I'm not afraid to use it. Like this is a number overture where you just throw a rock at an enemy 100 times. You know, there's this game that oh, hey. Oh, God.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wards. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Damn it. Okay, well, we healed a little bit. The Western Hall. That might be where we are. something was over here playing on the piano again. Fantastic. Okay, let's take away for all then. We don't have much of a choice. Kingdom Prussia. Central Prussia. Fantastic. What is happening?
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
So we can't go this way. And potentially get out that way. Hey, strongest chair ever.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Yeah, I don't want to spin my tinder boxes. Those are ink ribbons right now. They probably stand out too. Yes. Okay, so there's one over there. None over here. Drafts and a faint line are coming from behind the shelf. There must be a way in. Indeed. You know, why don't I just grab one of these books and set them on fire and then walk around like with a book torch? No? Okay, sounds good. Okay, there's the other one. You know, I remember, like, way back in the day, Markiplier was playing a map, and they did a library, except every single book was interactable, so he went and, like, tore off every single book. Alstad and Brennenberg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Alstad, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with scarlet lakes. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes is as picturesque as it can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called Gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Henrik Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Henrik is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at the castle nearby Altstadt, and like most of those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role of protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. Thus, this has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same, who came from the West over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle alongside the great leaders of our country. Okay, fine. Oh. Alright, wow, sounds good. That one's tough. Okay, so there was this one. There was this one. There was this one. Aha! Victory. What's in here? A corpse? Damn it. One of these days, that window will break. Willem and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenberg. I need to lock Willem and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whichever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both my problems. I don't hear anything moving, so... Right, let's get the hell out of here. Well then. Well then. Screw that, let's get at it. Get the hell out of here. Alright, cool. We have the wine cellar key. The sand gave way to his tired body as he fell from the camel's back. He felt the wind gently sweep across his face and his dry, crusted lips. That's alive. Ow! You bastard. What the hell is that? That is the shadow. Whatever it was. Right. Well. I have a feeling it's coming for us. I need to use it here. There we go. As it turns out, when you use a key on a keyhole, it works. Taking your key and bashing it against the door does nothing. Beware when standing in darkness, your energy will slowly drain. Indeed. Right.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Excellent. Okay, so here's the question. How do I say it? Saving costs for tinderboxes. I'm gonna save here. Oh, it cost 4 tinderboxes. I have 4. Alright. I guess I won't save yet then. Pitch black in here. Makes perfect sense, it is underground. By the way, if you've ever been in a cave or something, like once you get like 15 feet into the cave, it's just absolute pitch black. So very much like this. Nothing over here of importance. Okay, so this is a big loop, except for over there that has a dead end in it. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. How's our silently doing? Heads pounding.
What's happening? Oh, feels like my chest is going to burst.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
We're still okay. Laco Regia. My name is Willem, House of Garage. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago I was summoned to Castle Brennenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about the supposed Knights of the Order. I was curious what the supposed Knight of the Order could want from me and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of the contract was sordid, and the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past, and not the honors I had been awarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest my character at the royal court, advancing my position with the noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly and accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I brought men, women, and children to Brennenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100. None of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight, the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine, and my men drank without a restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I have done. I was weak and fell into his diabolic ways. My men are screaming. Their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes. no longer. Well, they didn't get out of here, so that means they're still down here. If an enemy is near, stay out of sight and hide in the darkness. Make sure to turn off your lantern if possible. Oh, we should be fine. Maybe. Okay, sounds good. Ah, land down. Oh no. That's not good. I remember looking at the enemies actually causes you significant mental distress. He's moving away. Is that the game's way of saying that we kind of need to get our sanity back up? How do we increase our sanity? Looking at a torch help us? Doesn't seem like it. I think we just need to complete the puzzle. Oh, hey, we're fun. No, we're not.
Someone's coming.
Corpotence. Probably don't want to drink that. And then lie to it. Is all sanity returned? No. Nah. I think we're good. I think we can leave.